You want to start a lawn and care gardening business, but you've been told by everyone you know nothing about mowing lawns, you know nothing about horticultural, you haven't got a diploma, you know nothing about rejuvenating gardens or bringing lawns up to pristine conditions by lawn treatment. You're never going to succeed. How often are you told you will not succeed unless you're qualified, unless you're experienced? Well, what if I told you that with limited experience, limited outlay, you can run a successful lawn and garden business? G'day viewers, Jeff McPhee's Gardening, Melbourne, Australia. So today's video, I'm going to walk through some simple steps so that you can create a successful lawn and gardening business with minimal outlay and some very simple rules to follow. Nearly 40 years of owning and operating my gardening and lawn care business, I've seen a lot of people enter the market. I've seen a lot of professional technical people that are very good at mowing and very good at their craft of gardening. They're qualified horticulturalists, ex-groundskeepers, really brilliant people. And most of us probably wouldn't be able to do a lawn half as good as them because of their years and years of experience and techniques. But you know what? A lot of them I've seen have failed because they don't understand the simple business principles, and we'll discuss that shortly. When you're starting out, it's understandable that you're going to be reluctant, you're going to be not confident. You see all these people around you with all their big equipment. You've got to remember one thing, most, and I would say a lot of the people watching on YouTube today and a lot of businesses around the world all started from knowing not a lot about the industry. Simple rules at the start they followed. A lot of them had limited knowledge, and many have grown into large successful businesses. So it can be done. So if you're starting out and you doubt yourself, check this out. We've established you don't need to be an expert, but you need some key issues. You need the basic knowledge, and I'll go through these points shortly. You need to be able to communicate with the customer. You need to be able to build that relationship with the customer, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are going to be paying your way. And lastly, you must have good time management. It's no good staying on the property doing one lawn or two lawns for the day. You'll go broke. You need to develop an efficient, a simple system that will get you quickly through the day and achieve as many jobs as you can. Now, not everybody's wanting to have their garden looking pristine. They don't want a botanical botanist to get them through their garden and make it look beautiful. Many customers, all they want is their lawn mowed, just a simple lawn mow. And that's where you come in as a new beginner to make a really good living out of it. Mowing lawns is simple, yet it needs thought and it needs a process, because the process means that you can get through as many lawns through the day. So when we're starting out, we want to have good edges, because good edges, a customer looks at the finished product and see that a good edge, it really looks nice. Now, to achieve it with a line trimmer is very difficult. It is really hard to develop skills on vertical edges using the line trimmer, because it takes practice, 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 and more practice. What I would suggest is you have a blade edger. Check this out. A blade edger actually cuts the edges. And what that allows you to do, next time you come, you'll be able to drop your line trimmer line in and just quickly freshen up the edge again. And often you'll come back and do the blade edging again. But to try to cut an edge of grass that's growing over the path, it's very difficult with the whippersnapper. So think about blade edging. Line trimming, again, it just needs a lot of practice. It needs a process of thinking about what you're doing, taking your time, and then just going from there. The next important thing, of course, is the mowing. Now, I see a lot of people, and you just see the private people mowing their lawn, they're backwards and forwards over the same spot, As a contractor, if you did that, you're not going to get through many lawns. So you need to develop a procedure. Mine is quickly mow around the perimeter and then mow straight lines. Straight lines are so important. When I was a young lad, 50-something years ago, I was slashing paddocks for neighbouring farms for pocket money. And I had two things in mind. One, of course, is to make some good pocket money, but two was to get straight lines. Paddocks with straight lines look sensational, because other farmers would see it and say, can you come down there, young fella, and do mine as well? And it really got me a lot of work just by purely doing straight lines. And again, when you're mowing the lawn, think about using straight lines, because it really makes a difference and just shows that little bit of professionalism. But again, you need a procedure where you try not to go over the same area twice. Try not to touch the tools more than once. So you've got your edger, you put it away. You've got your line trimmer, you put it away. Get your mower, put it away, and blowing down the surface. So once that's completed, you'll then get quicker, you'll get smarter, you'll get more efficient, and you'll make more money. Now you're starting out, you've got a few lawns. Now from there, we can upsell some services. Now, there's a couple of simple things that you don't need a lot of qualifications for. The first being mulching. Mulching garden beds. It's not a difficult process. The hardest part is working out how much mulch you're going to need. 20 square metres equals 1 cubic metre. There's a formula that I use. If you offer that service to your customer, you might have to clean out the garden beds and weeds, etc. Now, make sure you understand if it is a weed. If you're not sure, ask the customer, because you don't want to be pulling out their prized ground cover or ground cover that they've been spending years trying to get working. So it's important that you understand what you're pulling out. Once you've done that, you've laid out your mulch, quick water down at the end, and it really looks great. The customer comes out and they're fantastically, they're wrapped. Once you get your pricing right with these, you can certainly make a lot more money out of the existing customer that you have. And the second one is hedging. Now, I wouldn't be doing formal hedging and buxes, those little tight hedges, or, sculpted ones and formal gardens. I'd probably steer away with them until I got proficient in hedging. But there's no reason why you can't do rough hedging, where you're just taking your hedge back to the path, just generally shaping it. And after a while, you'll start learning the techniques. You'll start feeling what you should be doing. And gradually you get better and better at it. Again, good money to be made out of an existing customer. So there's two upsells that don't require qualifications or a lot of experience, yet you can still make some money. So those three items put together, mowing, hedging and mulching, you've got a successful business on its way. As you're building up, you'll start adding extra equipment, better equipment, more efficient equipment. But also think about learning about what you're dealing with. The backyard, take photos of all the plants. Take that home and research. When does it require pruning? How is it to be pruned? What pests and diseases does it suffer? Look at all those aspects so that you'll build up a library. So when you talk to your customer and you'll be able to tell them about that particular plant, you'll be able to give them a solution. You'll be able to upsell some more services. You can make and succeed in a lawn and garden business with limited knowledge. Most of us, as I said before, me included, started off that very same way. So if you are starting, don't hold back. Keep going. Thanks for watching, viewers. If you've got any comments, did you start with limited knowledge? Is that how you guys started? Please share and like, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, girls and guys. Bye.